ever sees me, I'm losing every battle. No one ever sees me, I'm losing every battle. No one ever sees me, I'm losing every battle. Can somebody save me, I'm losing every battle.
Good morning, good morning, good morning. I hope everybody is here. I already see Amber first in the studio, as always. I hope everybody had a wonderful weekend. I hope you were either relaxing or you were productive or it was a little bit of both, but whatever it is, it's so good to see you. If you are here with me, come on and say hi. This is our special show. I've been talking about this for a while, and I have with me today the beautiful, the talented, the indefatigable Surina Jindal. And I want to be sure that you are seated, you've got your journal, you're going to take notes because this is going to be an inspiring show for so many of us. And the reason that I think it's going to be so powerful, not that I think, I know it's going to be so powerful, it's because of Surina's story and her journey. And I want you to hear from her what she does, how she builds confidence, how she maintains resiliency, and as I like to say, the big bad world of Hollywood. So if you're thinking that you're struggling with your brand, you're struggling with your business, you're like, oh my gosh, I keep hearing no from these prospects, you haven't heard no more than Surina Jindal. I can promise you that. But I want you to see her grace, her glory, her beauty, and her essence of just triumph and resiliency. That is the key thing I want us to take away this morning. So let us say good morning to the Momentum crew. Good morning, Amber. Okay, so Amber is sharing wins. Yay, way to stay off Momentum Monday. Thank you so much for all that you've taught me with social media and advertising. Because of that, Invincible's paintball park was packed to the point that we will have to expand our parking. Stop the presses. Guys, Amber is here every Monday, like clockwork. Like she's got to be doing something else that she's not here. But even then, she's like hashtag replay. And I want you to see, I talk about one of the main key C's of personal branding is consistency. So you get to consistently show up and get the training. This is our love offering to you, right? This is free. This is stuff that we give to our paying clients. But I'm bringing you so much awesomeness because from my heart, I want everybody to succeed. I want everybody to have the freedom, the joy, the just ability to be in what? In flow and not in struggle. So Amber, my love, I salute you. I celebrate you. Thank you for being such a worthy example of what it looks like to be committed to your brand, to show up for yourself unapologetically, and our universal hashtag unbothered. I love you so much. Yes, Lisa is saying so proud. Absolutely. Hello, beautiful Lisa. How are you? Good morning, Facebook user. Please comment back and tell me who you are. I want to address you by name. Hello, Pauline, my love. Haven't seen you in a while. How have you been? Okay, so before I bring Surina out, well, a couple of things. I want to share with you what I'm reading because leaders are readers. And so if you are not consistently reading, I want to invite you to. So I don't know if you're like me, but I kind of do multiple readings. I don't know if that's good or bad. I'm not in judgment. It just is. So continuing to read Connected to Goodness with my mom. I got a couple of copies from David Meltzer, who I had on the show, and it's such a great read. I mean, when you talk about story of resiliency, David. And then I'm also rereading Michael Strasner, who I also had as a guest on the show, Life Living on the Skinny Branches. And I wanted to just pull out a sentence or two that is tied into what we're going to be talking to Surina about today. It says, when you're on the skinny branches of the tree of life, so you know what the skinny branch is. It's not the big sturdy one that you're like, oh, it's gonna hold me up. It's the skinny branches where you're like, oh, I don't know if it'll keep me, stable. When you're on the skinny branches of the tree of life, you're inventing, you're creating, you're passionate about your vision and completely vulnerable to it. Your heart is open, you're going after what matters to you with urgency, and you realize your life is now. How powerful is that? So, if you're not feeling those experiences, I want you to get connected to, are you on the right path? I did this show a couple of weeks ago. Are you in the right line of work? And you really get to start with the desire of your heart that you can't stop thinking about what you do, that you're just always in it. That's how you know. Oh, beautiful Brandy. Thank you for being here, my love. Hello, gorgeous Maxine. Thank you for being here. So, everybody, do me a favor, share, tag, share, tag. Let's get people in here because we want to have everybody get this beautiful experience of connecting with Surina. So, what I decided to do, I'm going to, for those of you who don't know Surina, maybe you haven't seen her in action, I'm going to play the trailer for her latest big hit series, Hot Mess Holiday. It's a Diwali, like, gut busting laughter. I mean, I'm not going to give it away if you haven't seen it, but here is Surina, executive producer, actress in Hot Mess Holiday. Oh my God. Okay. So I mean, I see it and I still laugh. So with that, yes, Lisa, bring the people in. With that, I'm going to welcome to the stage, and everybody give me such big momentum crew welcome for the beautiful, the talented, the indefatigable, the just, like, such a giver of life to everyone she meets, Miss Surina Jindal. Hello.
Oh my God, what an intro. Wow.
It's what I do. It's what I do. So listen, I know we don't have tons of time with you, but I want to get in as much as I can. And
Yeah.
Momentum Crew, feel free to throw questions at us. Look, they're throwing up the confetti for you, Surina.
Thanks. I'm so happy to be here. Thank you.
Oh, it's our pleasure. Okay, so talk to us about what we just saw. Give us the backstory, like the behind the scenes stuff on the production. Like, I want you to, like, if you can get back into what you were thinking, your ways of being. How did this come to be?
So this project was actually 8 years in the making. So we're talking about resilience. Yeah.
Pause. Did you hear what Surina just said? 8 years in the making. A lot of people want to come and say, hey, help me build my brand. And it's like a month later, it's like, hey, I'm not getting any sales. 8 years in the making. Persistence. Keep going, my love.
So that was exactly it. There was a lot of rejection along the way, and basically we went through different iterations of how to get it out there. So it first started as a web series. That's when the digital boom was happening. We went to all these digital studios to try to pitch it as an ongoing 15-minute digital series, and then all the junior executives loved us, and then the senior executives didn't green light us. So we didn't move forward with that. So we said, okay, now what? So then we revamped it into a half-hour pilot. And then we went back out, pitched to all the streamers, felt like they all loved it. You know, I was ready to like buy the yachts and just start booking tickets to freaking Paris to celebrate. You know, I was like, oh, this is it. We got our show. They all loved us, and got rejected from every single one of them. Went back to the drawing board. Actually, this is interesting. Our first meeting after the whole digital, we got rejected from the digital studios. We had a meeting with a huge studio, and they took us on. They said, we love you. We want this project. And we got greenlit our first meeting. And so we were like champagne bottles, you know, so excited. Yeah, pop in just like P. Diddy. I just turned into P. Diddy overnight, you know, and then a month later, that studio dissolved. It no longer was and this is a huge brand that you all have heard of. So then we, again, back to the drawing board and revamped, went back out, got bought finally by the executive who helmed Schitt's Creek, for those of you who are a Schitt's Creek fan. And so he then went into Viacom. Viacom took us in, and they said, instead of it being a half-hour series, why not make it into a film? So we said, okay. And then we revamped it into a film. So all in all, after we got bought as a half-hour pilot, a year and a half later is when, from that moment, when we even started filming. And
Wow.
and then once we were a go, it was a go. It was super quick. You know, it was like, get into production, get into post, get it to us so we can distribute this in time for the holidays. So it is one of those moments where you feel like you're trudging through mud, you know, like, when is this going to go? When is this going to go? When is it go? And then when it all aligns, when that momentum hits, there's no stopping the train. So that, I love your point about, it's not easy being an entrepreneur, and it's not easy being an actor. But we have this calling within us. We have this thing that will not shut up and won't say no, and for good reason. So if that's in there, you got to do it justice. You got to keep going.
Yeah. And I love that Amber's teeing up this question. How did you deal with the business rejection? So give us some specifics on, right? So you heard no, and then you heard yes, and then it was a no. Like, what are some tips that you can share on how you dealt with that?
So it hurt because your heart is on, it's a creative baby. This is, you know, like, this is your business. This isn't small stakes here. So I let the hurt. I let I let myself feel the feelings. And so that, I think, is one big part of it, is to honor and know where you're at as an emotional being and how you specifically deal with these emotions. We all have different ways. I like to breathe and take time and cry. I'm very emotional in that way, and don't shame or judge myself for doing it. I let my body process how it needs to process. I have other friends who buckle down and go right into work mode. They're like, all right, it's time for the Excel spreadsheets, you know, and I am the opposite. I said, do not bring a computer near me. I can't even think right now. So first step is honor the feelings, honor the anxiety, honor the heartbreak, because it's real. And then it's the question of, where do we go from here? Now what? How do we still make this work? Because that voice isn't giving up. You can check back in and say, all right, hi, Jessica, is this something that wants to keep moving? Is this something that I want to keep going towards? There's all these great selling authors. I know Mark Manson's one of them, who says, like, how much pain do you want to endure? You know, how much are you willing to suffer? Because if it's worth it, you're going to, but if it's worth it, you keep going. And so that rejection is part of the course. And in specifically dealing with it, honestly, it was just sitting with it and saying, all right, here we go. Let's keep going from here, because we have to. This project isn't over. It's still on. So game on.
Yeah. So what I'm hearing you say is that it's a moment to pause. It's a moment to feel all the feelings, but it's also a moment to check in and say, am I still in love? is this still a core desire? Is this still burning a fire in my belly? Because what I want, and for those of you who, hey Jessica, you came on late when Surina talked about Hot Mess Holiday, and I showed the trailer. 8 years in the making. So that's one of the first things, is to realize that it's not going to be an overnight success. A lot of these actors or producers or whomever that you see, or singers, and you think like, oh my gosh, they just like popped up out of nowhere. No, ma'am. They have been working and toiling and building and sort of like honing their craft to finally, when the moment, listen to me, when the moment of preparedness meets opportunity, that's what people call lucky. But you have to be prepared, stay prepared, always be a master of your craft, so that when that door does open, when it went from a 15-second webisode to a 30-second show, then to a film, right, they were already ready. So they could be like, okay, let's now bob and weave. It's not like, oh, well, let me think about this. So yeah, every opportunity that you can say, what is the lesson to be learned here, Amber? So they said no. What's the lesson that I can take away from this? Okay, what was the feedback? If you're lucky enough to get feedback, what was the feedback? Was it that, it wasn't broad enough in terms of like the scope and like the scenarios, whatever it is, and take the feedback and learn from it. So similarly, if somebody says, oh, I didn't sign up for your program because it was super advanced and I'm not there yet, then you can say to yourself, okay, is that an opportunity to create a beginner's version and then an advanced? Or do I just, go into one direction and say, I'm not for the beginner people, and reframe the message that if you are 3-4 years in your business, yeah, so you can take the feedback and let that be a motivating, yes, it is a reality of the process. So Surina, so tell it, like, so we talk about this burning, and it's like, how much pain did you want to take? How did you know? This is a question we get all the time. Like, how do you know like, did you just wake up when you were like a baby, like, oh my God, I can't wait to get on the silver stage? Like, what was the moment of your knowing?
So I grew up doing dance and theater. So, and those memories of being on stage, it's embodied of oh, this is great, like all of it, the anticipation, the preparation, the artistry behind it, the skill building, the progress over the years. Like, I loved all of it. And even the super scary part, which was the nerves backstage. But then as soon as I hit that stage, I'm in that flow state. And we know there's nothing better than being in that flow state, because that's when we're removed and it's our direct connection to something bigger, and it feels so good. So I think if you find those moments, as a coach, as an entrepreneur, where you hit those flow states in your message or in your brand, in your product building, even when you're selling, because you have something valuable to offer, and it is touching something inside of you that is your personal power, that is that gift that you came into the world to give. So for me, it's undeniable, and it's sad to see when people shut that down, because that is where that depression and addiction and all that stuff comes from. It is like shutting down that inner voice, that inner source connection that feels so good, that you came into this planet to be. And I'm not saying it's easy. It isn't easy, but for me, it's way better than the regret of never trying or never having had those moments at all. So it's I guess is what people say about love, right? It's better to love than
Yeah,
to
yeah. Absolutely. And when you said regret, I was going to say it's better to deal with fear. It's better to deal with anxiety than regret. Like, regret is a heavy, heavy state of being, right?
Yes, because so that is this is a beautiful point. This is what I wanted to say to your last point about taking the rejection. Is it worth it to stay so personal about it? Is it worth it to be so personal about the rejection? I mean, it's not easy. It's scary. It's hard. It all goes back to trauma, but it's time for us to move over, put ourselves back in the driver's seat, and just keep pushing forward, because we have value and we have something to offer. It is not worth it to keep taking rejection so personally that you just keep getting buried and your confidence gets stuck, and then you're not out there being you, and I know it's easy to say, but this is where this is where that self-development piece comes in, because it is time for us to emerge as new leaders. You know, we need that. We need you. We need your voice. We need your products. There's a reason why you follow Faith and why you're doing the things that you do. So to me, it is not worth it to keep taking rejection so personally, because what the other part that you have going on is so much bigger than any type of rejection.
That's so good. I want everybody to hear that. Everybody hashtag don't take it personally. Hashtag don't take it personally, because you're making it mean something about you. And I've used this example before, but I'll talk about it again. When I, first sort of got into building my business and I was building my email, and then I would see people unsubscribe and I would be so hurt, Surina, like,
Yeah.
oh my gosh, like, what did I say? Like, my content isn't crazy. Why would they unsubscribe? And then you start to like look inside yourself, like, oh my gosh, they don't like it. What do you... Until I evolved into the knowing to see it differently, right? Because it's not what you look at, it's how you see it.
Yes.
Right?
Nice.
It's not what you look at, it's how you see what you look at. So I chose to look at that and go, hey, that's God saying, listen, get those people who are not of you, for you,
Yeah.
want to be
Outta
with
here.
you, whatever it is, out of here, move that energy. We're making room to attract your people. We're going to come onto your list and go, oh my gosh, I can't wait for the next newsletter. Do not take it personally. If you can take away something from Surina this morning, you're asking about how she is a woman of color in Hollywood, working on one project for 8 years, ma'am. How does she do it? She does not take it personally. Yeah. And here's the thing, it takes time to develop and know your worth, but it's also, this is what I'm going to have Surina do for us. I want you to watch her now. Surina doesn't even know I'm going to ask her to do this. But when I talk about the work that she does and her actress method, it's about getting in persona straight away. So if I'm the director and she's coming to read for me and I say, this is a young girl, she's entitled and she's being told she's going to go to boarding school and she doesn't want to, her brother gets to do whatever he wants to do, but they're putting her in a boarding school. Okay, Surina, and in 3, 2, 1, action.
It doesn't make any sense. So Sam gets to just stay here and spend all summer, and then I have to get shipped off to where? I don't even like long plane rides. You freaking kidding me? I'm not going. No. Why is it always that I have to get second best next to Sam? He gets to do whatever he wants. Okay, I went out with my friends one time and I didn't call. I went out one time. You know that he smokes pot behind the bushes after school. You know that, right? And I'm getting shipped off to boarding school?
Okay, cut. Oh my gosh, guys, I need you to replay this. When I tell you, Surina, did I tell you I was going to do this?
No.
0. But do you see what it takes to just drop in? She didn't go, oh my gosh, well, what is her name and where is she going? It was just, here's your motivation, go. You're getting on the stage. You're meant to deliver this message to the Realtor Association of Women. You don't have time to go get into character. So this is the one thing, and we're going to be doing this in the upcoming. Oh my gosh, it's going to be so good. Surina's doing a free masterclass. If you have not, because I know I don't have Surina for too much longer. Let me find this thing. If you have not gotten on the list, take a screenshot of that. Register. Right. Do you see what
It's going to be bonkers. And I want to debunk a couple things here. So the whole point of this class is that it actually doesn't take a lot of time to develop a thick skin. It actually definitely does not take a lot of time to be a beautiful, profound, poignant, elegant, heart-spoken public speaker. And it definitely does not take a lot of time to be that natural on camera. And you do not have to be born with that natural charisma. This is learned, this is taught. And I have done this for over 12 years now, and I know exactly how to chisel in and get you there like that. It does not take a lot of time. You do not have to take years and years and years to develop thick skin. It may seem that way, and yeah, there is something to be said for having that experience. But the best part is being able to learn from people who do have that experience, who have gone through the ringer, so that they can come to you and say, hey, you don't need to go 10, 12 years through the process. Let me tell you the exact tools, the exact methods that got me to flip instantly. And I know these exact moments that changed my life, that flipped me over. And it's like riding a bike. I can't go back. So that's what's really cool about this. And that's what I want to share with you all is these ways, these secrets and these tools to be that eloquent on camera and to feel like, oh, finally, I am expressing myself for who I am. I feel like me, it's so frustrating. And I get this when you're on camera and you look at yourself, you look at the playback and you're like, what is that? Who is that person? Or you're great speaking one-to-one, but then one-to-many, you're like, oh, why is this happening? And it hurts because it is a disconnection from yourself. And it does feel like a disservice because you are valuable. But when you're holding back due to fear, anxiety, lack of confidence, not having thick skin, it feels so icky. It feels like you aren't even in your own skin. So the good news is join us. Join Faith and I for this masterclass. The last one we did was Liddy. I was sweating afterwards. The energy was so wonderful, being able to work one-on-one with people and to debunk all of these myths, because I've been in it. I've been through the acting, like all these acting classes. I've been through tens of thousands of dollars, no joke, of mindset training. And everything that they're teaching us in these mindset training workshops with Olympic athletes, with Oscar winners, with billionaires is acting training.
Yeah.
It's acting training. And so I was like, geez, what the hell? I could have just been doing this the whole time. Freaking kidding me. Give me my $30,000 back. No, but it was so great. But what's cool is these are the tools that allow us to flip and switch like that. So it does not take years. You do not have to be a natural born actress to be brilliant on camera. It is time. It is time for you to show up. And my job here is to help you feel more comfortable being you, because this is my mission. This is what's so important to me, is to make sure leaders like you emerge, because we know we could all use some more leaders.
Let the leaders emerge. I love it. Yeah. Guys, make sure you have this screenshot and make sure you're going to screenshot this and send it to some other people. Do you understand what we're doing here? Like Surina, who could be like, oh, Faith, I'm super busy, because I know she's working on another project as we speak, but it's her commitment to, she just say, helping other leaders emerge. This is why we're such kindred spirit. Like, we have been friends for, I don't even know how many years now, because we're aligned in sort of like, what is the ultimate goal? It's the same for me. I want to see everybody win. And if you can get out of your own way, my gosh, the winning is so good. But a lot of times it's us. Oh my gosh, my hair. Oh my this. Oh, I flubbed the words. Nobody know you flubbed the words. Like, how many times have you like missed a mark? And you just have to keep going. Like, the audience, right? The audience doesn't know. And so I want you to just be in gratitude for Surina being here, for her being so giving, for what she's going to give us. And actually, when you register, I will send the email with the Zoom link. It's going to be on the 15th of November around 6:30. At 6:30ish, we're going to come with cocktails and do a little chit chat. Surina's just going to do like a little green room session with everyone. And then she'll get into the masterclass. And then at the some point during there, you're going to have an offer to work directly with Surina. And for those of you who are ready, who are like, I want to walk into 2023 the way Surina just walked into that script that she hadn't seen, that she had no idea I was going to set up, and just do that. Do you understand how your business would transform if you could literally do that? Like, that was believable. Like, we reread Nights and Nights before, and she knew exactly what I was talking about. But zero, I promise you, God, hand to God, we did not discuss it. She didn't know I was doing this. I literally just made that up in my head seconds before I said it. because I wanted you to see a live demonstration of what it looks like when you have this like anchoring into like what Surina talks about, the actress method, to be able to
Yeah.
do that. So nothing can shake you because you're building up from within. So I
Yeah.
see Lisa has a question here, Surina. Let's see if we
How do
can
you
jump on this. Okay, you take it, Surina. What would you say to Lisa on this?
So Lisa is asking, I have a question. In an industry where everything seems to be so competitive, truth, how do you keep your focus? How do you keep yourself above the rest? So you're right. It is extremely competitive. One, to keep focus is it's exactly this work. It's to hone in on who am I? What are my strengths? Who is Surina, the character, when she walks into that casting office, when she puts herself on an audition tape, when she's meeting with directors and producers and managers, like who, because I am the product, right? At the end of the day, like it is me. And the same for you all as entrepreneurs. We are selling us as individuals, as people who do you want to watch? For me, it's do you want to watch me? And for you all, it's like it's do you want to spend time with me as a coach? Do you want to buy my product? So I have to keep honing in on who am I? What is my offering? And for me, it's comedy. It's always been comedy, and I am doubling down on me as a comedic actress and saying I'm not interested in the other stuff. Let those other women who are brilliantly talented do that. Let me focus on what I'm great at, and that is the silliness. That's just being goofy, and that is comedy, comedy, comedy. So to keep yourself above the rest, it's going deeper and deeper within and spending that time of doing deep work of, okay, now I'm going to go back into stand up. So I'm going back in and saying what is funny to me? What is my voice? What do I find observationally silly? And I have my phone with me, and I'm writing notes of little silly things that I see, and it's building up that repertoire of work and of stories. And I encourage you all to do this as entrepreneurs because of the power of storytelling. Build up who are you? What is your voice? What is your perspective? Because as Faith said, we're not here to cater to everyone. Don't worry about the rejection. When you see rejection, when you see people not buying your products, when you see people unsubscribing from your list, say, good. All right, cool. We're chiseling in. We're getting more refined on who our fans are, because that when you remove the rejection and you take it as time to iterate, you're going to build fanatics, and that's what we want. We want crazy, crazy fans. We don't want to cater to everyone. We want that tribe of who is like Lady Gaga's people. She has a term for she's got her monsters, right? And then like Thing has her unicorns. Like that's what you want, and they do that with specificity. So a long way of going about saying, to answer this question is, how do you keep yourself above the rest? It's specificity. That's it.
Thank you and thank you and thank you, Surina, because I've been literally saying for the longest time, you cannot boil the ocean. There is no cauldron. There is no cauldron big enough for you to boil the ocean. This is for the people, my multi-passionate entrepreneurs. But I do this and I do this and I like this and I'm good at this. Focus. Did you hear what Surina just said to you? She is focusing on her niche as a comedic actress. So if there is a role for some melodramatic telenovelas, she already knows that's a no, right? You don't have to go take that meeting. You don't have to worry about the producer. It's not on brand. This is why the focus is so good. And a lot of times we think, oh my gosh, but if I focus, I'm gonna shrink my bit. No, honey, it's like go through the funnel the reverse way. It opens up, because then now everybody is like, oh my God, if you want the best comedic actress, this is who you go to. We don't want wishy-washy. We don't want, there's a part in scripture, I wish I could find it. Somebody help me. Somebody Google this and find it, where God says, you're so bland. Like, I wish you were hot or I wish you were cold, but you're so bland. Nobody wants on the fence, wishy-washy in the middle. Be so clear that people go, absolutely, oh, hell to the no, she's not for me. We want that. And then you want those who go, oh my gosh, whatever she's dropping down, I'm picking up.
I want that.
right? That's
Yes,
what you want. Your
that's
people,
what you
even if
want.
they're 20 raving fans are
Or
better than a
running.
wishy-washy. Exactly.
Yes,
Running into you.
running to put their
So
credit cards in because they want
exactly.
you. Yeah.
Focus. So it's that boldness, it's that bravery, it's that knowing. And this is why you get to do this work. This is why we talk about building the brand and doing the work, because you get to do exploratory work to find out, like,
Yes.
what am I passionate about?
Yes.
What am I crazy for? Because until you get there, you're not going to be willing to put your neck on the block for
Right.
it. Right. You know that
Right.
part Michael says, like, you get to be vulnerable to it, like you're all in, like you're
Yes.
you're all in, like this is it. But when
Yeah.
you're not all in, you're like trying to play the field, like, come on guys, let's think about this now. If you were dating a guy or girl and you were like, hey, what are we doing for Christmas? That actually, so I forget I even said this before, but that was like a marker that I would use to know if like a guy was serious. Like,
Mm,
plan into next year. It's not
mhm.
like, well, let's see what's going on right now. So it's like, hey, do you want to go to Mexico next Christmas? If he was like, oh, then that's the sign, because he's not playing the field to see, well, let me see what better offers come through.
Nice.
Now, when you can just say, I am going so hard for comedy, so hard for comedy. So that's the focus, because you put on what? The bridle and blinders and you just go. So
Oh,
get focused in your business. Where do you get to be focused? Is it who you're serving? Is it how you're serving them? Is what? Get focused. This boiling the ocean, wasting time looking for a big cauldron that does not exist. Focus in on what you're good at, what moves you, what just like is just titillating for you. And then how
yeah.
to keep yourself above the rest. We talked about this before. It's like when you have your receipts, because you're out there transforming lives. So you actually have your receipts to say, yes, not only am I saying it, I've actually done it. And you just keep honing your craft, and you're a master of your craft. And when Serena talked about doing all the work, this is what you do in the meantime, right? Hustle while you wait. So the hustle would be, you're developing your skills, you're working with Serena, you're doing all the things to get good, so that when preparedness meets the moment of opportunity, you're what? You're ready.
And
Or
this, the good news here is, as entrepreneurs, you're not really dealing with gatekeepers like Hollywood, So like for me, this is a marathon game. And it's like I can work my ass off and be the best comedic actress out there and maybe still not get discovered because some platform, some network executive still rejects me. And it is what it is, because I still know that this is what I love. And if I need to take mental breaks, I do. If I need a cocoon for a while, I do. And then I reemerge, and I'm never gonna give up, because this is my joy. So the business side, I can find ways to have joy within it outside of the business, and that's what keeps me going. For you all as entrepreneurs, you don't have these Hollywood gatekeepers. This is of your own volition to get it done. And you can, what's amazing is like that the efficiency, the path is, you all have a path, and it can be clear. We don't have a path in Hollywood. So the only thing we do have control of, and what you have control of, is you. And so I think the reason why this has been so like ingrained in me is because of the level of unknown of this industry, the level of where is my paycheck going to come from? I don't know. Where's my next? But there are, Faith is brilliant at branding. There are ways to have these systems in place that bring in the steady flow of clients. So if this is within you, double down on yourself, and double down on what it means to be somebody who is that millionaire entrepreneur, because that there is an actual path for you, and the right leaders will come, and the right mentors will come to you. So to me, this is good news, because you can do all this inner work and get the results much more quickly than actors in Hollywood, for sure.
And the fact that you said, right, there aren't the gatekeepers. Hey, Sprinkles, Beth is giving fire for that, Serena. Because guess what? Up until the point of this recording, Facebook is still free. Up until the time of this recording, LinkedIn is still free. Twitter, still free. We don't know what's going on with Elon, but as of now, still free. So there is nobody who you have to ask, like, hey, I'd like to do a video and reach some people, but
Just do
man,
it.
that would be turn on the camera.
Yeah.
I want to think about, it's like you were renting, you're getting access, not even renting, you're getting access to like a 20,000 square foot mega mansion on the beach. And they're like, hey, use it for as long as you want. Don't need to pay for anything. Would you jump at that opportunity? Like, oh my God, I can do retreats. You'd be in there. You'd be in there. And this is what the social platforms give you the opportunity, because it's $0. So this is why when I say like we're in our own way, because there is no reason. It's not like, oh, well, I have a segment, but my segment's only from 7 to 8 p.m. on MSNBC. Ma'am, your segment is 24/7 on all the things if you show up for yourself. So everybody take a screenshot, go get registered. The free masterclass is November 15th, 6:30 p.m. Come with your beverage of choice, cocktails, whatever. And then we're going to get into the masterclass. You do not want to miss this. You do not want to miss this. For those of you who missed the on-spot live acting call, watch the replay. Surina did not know I was going to do that, but I just demonstrated that to show you what it looks like when you're so in your power and in your knowing that you can just hear, oh, you need somebody to speak to the Women Realtors of Association. Okay, you already have a talk in your head. You already know before you hit the stage, okay, I'm going to talk to them about low inventory and recession. And like, you could just do it. How do you get there? It's that confidence in yourself, because when you know, like you know, nothing challenges you. You see challenges as an opportunity to solve something. You don't see it as like, oh my God, the world is against me. That's that victim thing. That's that victimhood that we need to get out of that. My loves, I keep telling you all the time, you are powerful. You are magnificent. You are wonderful. You're amazing beings. And let me just tell you how you know. You wouldn't be here in this Momentum crew week after week, gleaning and searching and gleaning, if God didn't put the core desire of your heart to increase your visibility and to be seen and to go transform the world. You would be off with the good time Tinas having cocktails at 10 o'clock in the morning, talking about it's 5 o'clock somewhere. You wouldn't be here. So no. Do you see how I have good comedic timing? Write me into your next show. I will fly wherever you want me to film. This is what we call them, the people who are like not about this life. They want to like take you off your game. Oh, those are the good time Tinas. Because guess what? And don't forget, when people do that, it's like in their mind, you're showing them up. But here's what I want you to remember. You've got to say, hey, listen, don't let my confidence irritate your insecurity. Because a lot of times we try to dumb ourselves down. We try to play small. We try to act like we don't know that we're great. Yes, not the good time Tinas. Yes, I love that you love this perspective. So, okay, so I'm going to wrap. Surina has a casting call or something, or some producer meeting that she's doing. My love, I love you endlessly always. Like, she's always friend to the show, friend to me, collaborate, like just so giving. So I'm blessed. I'm blessed. And hopefully one of these years I'll get to come experience a real Diwali celebration.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
So everyone give Surina like big gratitudes. Tell her what landed for you. Tell her what you heard her say, what you're taking away. And then I want you to type in registered if you're already registered for her masterclass. So yes. Okay. Yes.
Oh,
Brandy.
thank you, Brandy. Good to see you.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Absolutely.
Oh, thank you, Amber. Sweet. Amazing. Yes. Level up. Them take you down.
Definitely, guys. This, what I'm doing, we're doing this because it's like we're getting to the end. Oh, listen, Jessica's letting her know she's already registered. This is what we're doing to get us all ready for 2023. So we walked into January like what? The way Surina just walked into that character with no like, oh, let me run this through. Unapologetically, she just was like, he's smoking pot, right? Like,
Well, see, this is the thing. This is why I want you all to come and register. You go from being petrified to powerful. You go from being like, I can't do this to like, where's that mic? Give me that. And it's
Yes.
so fun. It's fun. I love that. This is called
Yes.
Play. So yeah,
Oh,
so this is like
yes.
come join us and I will show you what it takes to get to the freedom that's on the other side. And that freedom feels so good. I mean, just imagine being able to turn on your camera and not have to do take after take after take. Or when somebody asks you to speak at your local organization or whatever, and you're not afraid to raise your hand, you're ready to do it, even if you don't have something prepared, because you can speak from the heart. So this is the freedom and the fun that lies on the other side of you. And we only get there once we can chisel through and get through all the muck. There's that inner voice that's in there like, hello, let me out. I want to come out, but I can't peek through all the dark clouds, you know?
The layers and layers of self-doubt and like self-beat up and judgment. And I did the promo, Serena side, where I was in like the Hulk
yeah.
And it was about, and I was miming to lip syncing to You Won't Break My Soul, right? And so I did that as a promo to say, listen, I am so unafraid, unbothered, don't give a damn what nobody thinks, that I can show up green on camera and do a promotion for a masterclass. Like, it doesn't have to look a certain way, because I am me. I am confident with me. Wait till you see the one reel that I'm getting ready to do for actually announcing the date, November 15th at 6:30 p.m. This is what I want you to be, unbothered. Because listen, here's the thing, and I'm going to leave us with this, and let Serena say any last words. The haters are going to hate. The people are going to talk. You can't win. So if you're holding back because you're trying to please this one, or you're trying to look good to the, like, you will not be sane. You get to stand in your truth, in your authenticity of who you are, as long as, just like the doctor's, code, as long as you're doing no harm. You get to be unapologetic, unbothered. Do not lick a gift horse in the mouth. Your gifting, your anointing, your presence, and all of it is for you to go spread the good news to the people, to move the people, to support the people, to transform the people. You don't have time for the good time Tinas and the people in the peanut gallery talking about, oh my gosh, what she thinks she's just so bougie. Oh, what, she had an actress on her show. What, she thinks she fancy? Listen, ma'am, I have 0 F's to give you on that whole front. So here's the thing. Scene: grandfather, little boy on a donkey, right? So the grandfather is on the donkey, the little boy is walking along. They're journeying to someplace unknown. They come along a couple of people, and the people are like clutching their pearls like, I cannot believe you would let this little child walk. He only has tiny little feet. He can't go that far. And you're a grown ass man sitting up on the donkey. Shame, shame, shame. The grandfather, horrified, jumps off the donkey, puts his little grandson up, and they continue on. They meet another set of people. You entitled little brat. Your grandfather has worked long and hard to build a good life, and you can't even give him a little rest. He's got to walk. He's like in his 80s. Shame, shame, shame. Both of them jump on the donkey now. They're journeying on. Now they figure like, okay, we're good now. Here come the PETA people. You should be ashamed of yourself. This is animal cruelty. How could both of you put your heavy burden on this donkey? He doesn't even look like he's had any water in a long time. Shame, shame, shame. The moral of the story, you can't damn win, right? So you're just going to do you. I want you to see the freeness and the flow of, listen, Serena will be on her IG. First of all, what am I doing? Let's go follow Surina Jindal on Instagram, please. Yeah. Totally forgot to let me do that right now. But she'll be on there dancing and doing unbothered.
Yeah, I do a talk show in my bathrobe in an empty bathroom. I know. I'm just, it's, because I can be the public speaking coach in one morning, and then that night be the comedic actress that's doing the talk show in her bathrobe. So this is what I'm saying. It's like, you be specifically you, and people love seeing that specificity and that passion. And this is the last thing I'll say about that fear of specificity, that fear of missing out on, like, oh, I could be doing all the things, that FOMO. Change fear of missing out and tell your brain the new version of FOMO is, I'm going to focus on me. Okay? That's it. That's FOMO for you. It's time to focus on me.
Yeah.
Okay. that's how
I love that. Focus on me. Focus on me. Remember, focus on me, not anything else other than that. Now, for those of you, yes, exactly. Ride your ass on with or without others. Oh my gosh. I love it. I love it. So follow Surina on Instagram. Make sure you're registered. Go ahead and let me bring this up one more time. Screenshot this. Then I want you to share this with anybody else in your community, in your tribe that you know could really benefit. Because how often do you get to have a masterclass, like live, not like a, oh, masterclass that you pay something for and you can't really interact with the people. Like, we're giving you a masterclass where you get to see Surina, you get to ask her questions. She's going to do, if you come and interact, do like a little role playing. So you don't want to miss this masterclass. So any questions, anything, Surina, before I let you go, my love? Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you so much.
Thank you. Yeah, just join us. It's going to be so great, and I'm so excited to help you get to the freedom that lies on the other side of fear. It feels so good, and it's time for you to shine. Like Faith said, all these platforms are open, but if you aren't authentic on camera, if you still have those layers of fear holding back, people are going to scroll right past your ad and right through your video, and I do not want that for you. This is actually like really simple. It's simple, but not easy, but I'll be there with you and I'll help you get to the other side. So come to the masterclass. We'll go through these secrets that you need so that you can be that powerhouse entrepreneur that you are. So join us.
Oh, okay. Yes. Thank you. I just saw your note. We didn't hear the trailer.
I didn't hear on my end, so I don't know. But
okay, well, we're just gonna send you. We're gonna send you out like we brought you in. Let me make sure the sound is up. Yeah, here's Hot Mess Holiday. Okay, audio on mute. Up. Okay, let's go.
no. I think because it's on your. Maybe
Can you hear now?
I can hear you. Like your audio is on, but maybe it's because it's a different tab.
Okay, my bad. We'll fix that next time.
All good.
Okay, baby. I know you got to go.
All good.
Love you, love.
Thank you. This is so fun. I love you all. I love Faith's tribe. I love Faith.
Love you guys. Love you guys. All right. Thanks, Surina. We'll see you soon.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
All right. Was that good or was that good? Oh my God. Good or good? I know. I don't know what happened, why it wasn't. I need to figure that out. But suffice it to say, you could see she was in Miss Holiday. The point of that was just really to show you that this is who we're bringing to you for your benefit, for you to, I want you to see another glimpse of what's possible for you, because this is somebody who, as I said, she's a giver, she's a teacher, she does everything from the heart. She's so connected, she's so generous with her emotions and her talent. So I just can't wait for you all to be in this masterclass. Make sure you get registered. There is the link on the screen. I am beyond. Okay, so anything else before we wrap? Yes, it was. Yes, for sure. I mean, I'm always super excited when she comes, when she gives of her time. Did you see how just kind of slid? Listen, this is what, listen, Jesus says you have not because you ask not. Did you see how I just slid that in there? Like, write me in a story because this is how you listen. This is that confidence of how you get your opportunities. Because now that I've said it, because sometimes this is what we do. We go, well, Serena and I are friends, and she's seen all of my on camera work. So she knows I'm good on camera. So I'm sure if she had a role, she would think of me. Are you doing that in your business? Are you just assuming and hoping? Jesus says you have not because you ask not. So now that I've said it, I'm like, do you see my comedic timing? Write me in. I'll fly wherever you want me to film. Right? That's like a little, like I'm serious. And it could be just like, okay, now she's got that in her psyche. Maybe there's something that'll come up a year or two. Who knows? But my point is this, to be that bold, to go for what it is that you are desirous of and be unbothered. Because if you worry like, oh, she's gonna think I'm so desperate, like I'm mooching off of her because she's in her. Remember the man and his donkey. listen, listen, right? This is not a test. This is not a test. So you get to go for what you want. Jesus says you have not because you ask not. And until you ask, like literally, that's even first how we met. I wrote I was in this program and wrote an email. They were talking about who they have connections with and wrote an email and just said, hey, this is who I am and what I'm doing. She freaking responded that same day. I was like, what, ma'am? Oh my God. Listen, okay? Ask, ask, ask. Because what is the worst? This is what I'm saying. What is the worst that can happen? Nobody, up until the point of this recording, ever actually died from somebody saying no. Did you hear when she said Hot Mess Holiday was 8 years in the making? Now, she could have, after the first two, three, four no's, been like, you know what? This ain't happening. This ain't happening. But I want to, there was a video, Miss, is she Miss America? Um, where she talked about how many times she heard no. Where is she, guys? I want to put this here out so you can see it and get ready. But make sure you're registered. That's all I want to. Oh, here it is. Tell me. Can you guys hear that? Let me know. Yeah. Are you guys hearing any of that? Because this is really good. No. What in the world? Okay, let me just try to change my audio on my computer. Sound, damn it. Sound. Oh my God, this is so good. Why can't I find this? Sound. Okay. MacBook Pro speakers. Input. Okay, let me see if this is any better now. Can you hear? No? All right. Well, I'm going to put this on my page. Can you guys hear me now? Can you hear me? Okay. I think no. Okay. Testing, testing. Can you hear me? Okay. And then if I share this, I'm going to just try this one more time. Share. Maybe if I do this. Oh no. I'm going to just try this one more time. If it doesn't work, then it doesn't work. Let me know if you can hear. Yes. Can you hear? Can you hear? Okay. Okay. Um, YouTube is not trying to have us be awesome. So I'll put this up on my page for a split second and now no. Okay. All right. Go get registered. Share this link. If you're joining us on replay, hashtag replay, I'll come back and answer any questions, but share this out. It's going to be November 15th. So start marking your calendars. I will send out the link for the Zoom. November 15th, 6:30 p.m. Come for the green room session, bring your cocktail, get to hang with Surina, and then the masterclass will start at 6:45, 7-ish, and go on. All right. Any questions before we wrap for today? Was this good? Mic check, 1 2 1 2. Can you guys hear me? Okay. Yeah, I gotta sort out my okay, perfect. Yes, 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 yes. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Yeah, I want these sessions to be so valuable for you. So um shifting you into new gear, next gear, just shifting, shifting, shifting. So love you. See you guys soon. Go be awesome. Happy Momentum Monday. Bye for now. Come on. This is going to be awesome.